Hey, this is Leticia.
And this is Matt. Catch us on the HREBA show every Tuesday from 2 to 3.
On our show, you'll be able to hear from the experts, everything about home ownership. Tune in on Tuesdays at 2 on the Blue Stream.
On FishbowlRadioNetwork.com. Jump in.
Free food, family fun, and great information await at the City of Arlington's 4th Annual Home Ownership Fair, Saturday, August 10th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Esports Stadium, Arlington and Expo Center. Receive information on credit repair, down payment assistance, home buying 101, and much more.
Contributing to a thriving Arlington. And in part by the Texas Association of Realtors Housing Opportunity Foundation. Funding is also provided by generous donations from listeners like you.
Hello there. You're listening to the HREBA show, Home Ownership. Hear it from the experts in the Blue Stream of the Fishbowl Radio Network. My name is Leticia Gallegos. I'm president and CEO of the Hispanic Real Estate Brokers Association. And hosting with me today is Sal Villalobos.
Her sidekick.
My sidekick. And today we're really excited about our guest. This month is National Home Ownership Month. And our guest today is Mark Rummel. And Mark is the marketing manager for Trinity Habitat for Humanity. And he loves what he does, right, Mark?
I do, certainly.
He loves what he does, and it's his job to get the word out about all that Trinity Habitat is doing in Tarrant County and beyond, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so tell us more about your job, or tell us about Habitat as a whole.
Sure, that sounds great. So Trinity Habitat for Humanity is a Christian ministry building strong families and neighborhoods. We're really excited this year to be celebrating our 30th anniversary.
That's incredible.
Awesome. Yeah, we since 1989 we've built or served more than 1,800 families through the construction of new homes and repair of homes right here in our local area.
How many? Can you repeat that again?
1,800 families.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yep.
Okay, so tell us, how do families qualify for the purchase of a Habitat house?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm glad you said purchase of a Habitat house because that's one of the biggest, I guess, myths or misunderstandings about Habitat is people think that we just give houses away. And actually, that's not the case. Our families do qualify, and they go through a process and they purchase the homes. So that qualification, our families all earn less than $40,000 a year in their household. They have to show steady a year of employment, that they are paying rent, because once they come into the program, they are going to be have an affordable mortgage, but a mortgage nonetheless. And so we want to make sure that we're setting them up for success and that they have some stability to be able to move forward and be successful in their home. So they, and then the last thing that they have to do is they have to have a willingness to partner. They are our partner families, and they first and foremost invest 250 sweat equity hours in place of a down payment, hours that they spend helping build their home, their neighbors' homes, going to financial education courses, home ownership education courses, and volunteering in the community where they'll live. So by the time they move into their home, they are very well invested and ready to then take on their mortgage.
Yes, and they're set up for success and
Totally.
to sustain the home, because that's so important.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, you're doing a great job.
I think 250 hours investing is much more than $5,000 or $10,000 out of your pocket.
It is. I mean, and it's tough. I mean, people say, oh, well, 250. It's, I mean, especially if you're a single parent, or even if it's a mom and a dad, figuring out how to fit in 250 hours is a lot. But that's part of how we build our homes is volunteers coming out and our families coming out, and really investing in their homes, because the down payment is one of the greatest obstacles for a lower income family to be able to move into, from renter into homeowner. And that Habitat has this partnership model is really amazing and wonderful.
Okay, so if you're listening and you're wondering, how can I get a Habitat home? So you've heard about the qualifications. So where do you tell us about your neighborhood approach? How did you do that?
Yeah, definitely. So instead of just building a house here and there, we really found that we could magnify our impact by bringing lots of wonderful families into the same neighborhood. It's kind of a concentrated effort. And so we have 3 partner neighborhoods currently in Fort Worth. We're working in Como, to the west of downtown Fort Worth, Hillside Morningside, just south of downtown Fort Worth, and Carver Heights East, which is out by Lake Arlington. It's about as far east in Fort Worth as you can go. And so we've made a 5 to 6 year commitment to those 3 neighborhoods to make a $18 million investment, build 200 homes. And so we've actually just last year hit our halfway point. So in Como, we built over 59 homes. In Hillside Morningside, we've built over 50 homes. And you can see the transformation happening. I mean, because now that we've been there for years, you see the landscapes are maturing. You see streets and rows. Hillside Morningside alone, the home ownership rate versus renters has gone from 44% in 2015 to 80%. And by the time we leave in 2 years, by the time we're done in that project, it'll be well over 90%. That's homeowners who have pride in their neighborhood.
That is incredible.
That is incredible.
And each one with 250 hours invested. That's
Yeah.
I just can't get over that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just
fantastic.
the beginning, is those 250 sweat equity hours. I mean, then they take on their mortgage payment, which is a 30-year no-interest mortgage, which is, a wonderful deal, especially for the quality of home that we build. Fair market rent for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartment in Tarrant County, over $1,300. And we are able to, at this time, our mortgages on average come out to about $650 a month. And that sets a family up for success. For sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to take a little break. I know you want to join the conversation. If you're listening, and you have to have questions for Mark. So our phone number is 214-431-5062. Again, it's 214-431-5062. Join the conversation. Let us know what questions you have. We'll be back shortly.
And this is Matt. Catch us on the REBA show every Tuesday from 2 to 3.
On our show, you'll be able to hear from the experts, everything about home ownership. Tune in on Tuesdays at 2 on the Blue Stream.
On FishbowlRadioNetwork.com. Jump in.
Free food, family fun, and great information await at the City of Arlington's 4th Annual Home Ownership Fair, Saturday, August 10th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the East Sports Stadium Arlington and Expo Center. Receive information on credit repair, down payment assistance, home buying 101, and much more. This is an event you can't afford to miss. For more information and a chance to win prizes, go to arlingtontx.gov/homeownership fair or call 817-459-6238.
Comida gratis, diversión en familia y excelente información lo esperan en la 4ª Feria de Propietario en la ciudad de Arlington. El evento es el sábado 10 de agosto, 9 a.m. a 2 p.m. en el East Sports Stadium Arlington and Expo Center. Encontrarás información acerca de mejorar de crédito, asistencia del desembolso inicial y mucho más. Para más información y la oportunidad de ganar premios, visita el sitio web arlingtontx.gov/homeownership fair.
Programming for the REBA Show is proudly underwritten in part by the Arlington Tomorrow Foundation, contributing to a thriving Arlington, and in part by the Texas Association of Realtors Housing Opportunity Foundation. Funding is also provided by generous donations from listeners like you.
Hey, Hey, this is Leticia.
And this is Matt. Catch us on the REBA show every Tuesday from 2 to 3.
On our show, you'll be able to hear from the experts, everything about home ownership. Tune in on Tuesdays at 2 on the Blue Stream.
On FishbowlRadioNetwork.com. Jump in.
Is proudly underwritten in part by the Arlington Tomorrow Foundation, contributing to a thriving Arlington, and in part by the Texas Association of Realtors Housing Opportunity Foundation. Funding is also provided by generous donations from listeners like you.
Hello, you're listening to the REBA show, Homeownership. Hear it from the experts in the Blue Stream of the Fishbowl Radio Network. Our guest today, my name is Leticia Gallegos. I'm the president and CEO of the Hispanic Real Estate Brokers Association. And with co-hosting with me today is Salvia Lobos.
Hola.
And we're excited to have our guest here, Mark Rummel. Mark is the marketing manager for Trinity Habitat for Humanity. And he loves what he does, and he is knowledgeable about what he does for sure. So when we were talking earlier, we were talking about how people qualify and all that. So tell us about the application process, Mark.
Sure, definitely. So the application process first starts with our mortgage questionnaire, which people can find at our website, trinityhabitat.org/apply. And that mortgage questionnaire is going to ask some basic information that we need. That also included with that is a $25 mortgage questionnaire fee, so that we can process that. And before we get into a full-blown application and all kinds of documents, we use that questionnaire to assess whether a family is ready to move forward with an application process. And so it's just the basics of income and information, and all that's available on our website, trinityhabitat.org/apply. And then once accepted, we move on to the application process.
Okay. Is there some personal questions, like, anything out of the ordinary?
There wouldn't be anything personal questions, because we are an equal housing opportunity lender. And so everyone and anyone is welcome to apply, but they will have to fall within certain, like we mentioned earlier, income guidelines. As a ministry, as a nonprofit, all of our families earn less than $40,000 a year. We have certain other requirements, like the employment, and that they show that they've been renting successfully and making those payments. Okay,
so you heard it here. If you're interested, you're listening, and you want to see if you qualify, repeat the website again.
It's trinityhabitat.org/apply.
Yes, and that's where you go to start the application process. That's really important.
So, regarding the education process, do they go to a HUD approved counselor, or do you have special programs within your own organization?
Yeah, we have. It's kind of a mix of both. We do have a lot of classes in-house, but we also partner with organizations like Pathfinders, and they bring volunteers in from banks like Bank of America and Wells Fargo that help on some of the financial education. I know the title companies that we work with, when it comes closing time, they time and time again say, your families are the best prepared families. We wish everyone went through y'all's process, because they are so ready for closing and they know all the details. We also are just about to open up our new Habitat U, which is super exciting. It's also in partnership with our families, and where they'll learn. But it is homeownership 101. How do you repair your toilet? How do you repair drywall that's broken, or the plumbing or electrical? And we've got this brand new house that has all the exposed HVAC and toilets and everything, where you can get hands-on and learn how to care for your greatest asset, which is your home.
I saw that on Facebook. I saw the video on Facebook, and it's called Habitat U.
Yes.
For university.
For university, yep.
And it's amazing. It's amazing. Look it up on Facebook. It actually shows the picture of everything that's exposed, like you say. And so they're taught how to be handymen themselves, right?
Absolutely. I mean, because for us, it's how can you affordably own a home? And part of that is being able to take care of it yourself. And so we not only set them up from the beginning with a high-quality home. I know I didn't mention it earlier, but we're the only builder in Texas currently building to the fortified gold standard, meaning that our houses can withstand up to 140-mile-per-hour wind and hail. And so our families qualify for insurance discounts because the insurance companies know when the storm comes through, they have to pay less for a Habitat home because of how well it's built. Our homes are Energy Star rated, spray foam insulation throughout, double paned windows. Families moving from smaller apartments into a larger home have lower energy bills, all coming back to how can their housing be more affordable so they have more of that income free to do more and move on to the next level in their life.
So if we ever have high wind warnings, I'm going to go to somebody that owns a Habitat home.
Absolutely. That is the place to go.
Be sure you get there safely, Sal.
Yeah, but it's definitely, I mean, people sometimes think, oh, it's Habitat, it's built by volunteers, it can't be that high quality. But inspectors tell us time and time again, you know, a Habitat house is the best house built in the area. We really put quality and a lot of effort into every home.
So you're serving, I mean, yeah, you serve, and that was a question I had asked. Do they serve, or is it a one-time assist? But so is it do you just assist in with the home the first time, or is it after, is there more involvement from Trinity Habitat from Humanity after they take possession?
Yeah, definitely. So we are the mortgage holder. We hold the note. There aren't many banks that want to take on a 0% interest mortgage. And so
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
So we hold that note, and so we have that ongoing relationship. We built the homes. We take care of the warranties and all the different things. It's one of the reasons we're bringing Habitat U out is to help reduce those warranty calls so that families can take care of things themselves. But there is definitely an ongoing relationship. They're making those monthly payments, their mortgage payments to us. And so there's definitely an ongoing relationship.
That's great.
That's amazing. All right. I know you want to join the conversation. You have questions. 214-431-5062. Please join us in the conversation. Now, Mark, your Trinity Habitat is celebrating 30 years.
Yes.
Certainly you have some stories.
I definitely have some stories for sure.
Okay. Tell us about one or a couple.
Yeah, definitely. So I know we were talking during the break that as it being our 30th anniversary, I've been going back and meeting some of our longtime families. And not too long ago, I met the Parga family and just showed up on their doorstep, and they weren't quite sure who this guy was. But it was so neat because I see so many new Habitat homes. But to walk up to a Habitat home that had been loved on and lived in for 21 years, and you could just see the mature trees and their decoration and their touch that they've put on their home. And they moved into their home 21 years ago with their two small boys. Pedro had grown up. He was in construction and helped build much of Fort Worth, schools and highways in construction. But they were in a situation where they, couldn't afford a quality home for their kids, and they were in a dangerous apartment area. There was a lot of violence, and they wanted something better, and they partnered with Habitat. And 21 years later, they have one son that's graduated college, just done great. He now works for a local nonprofit. He saw what others had done to help his family. He wanted to give back as well. His younger brother is now now in college as well, following in his big brothers. And so it's just amazing to see, when you have a family in a quality, affordable home, it sets them up for success. They are able to move on and do great things like save up for their kids' college education, or many of our homeowners go back to school themselves and make that next step in their career. And so meeting the Parga family, sitting around their dining room table, hearing stories of what it was like growing up, or hearing about really, as Irma was telling me, and tears of what their home was like before, with a rat infestation that the landlord wouldn't take care of, that they couldn't afford to do anything else. And then to switch into gear of laughing about, memories in the home. It's one of my favorite memories for sure.
Oh, gosh. That is very heartwarming. They were given an opportunity. And you as a listener out there that you're still renting, that's all you want is an opportunity to qualify and to have your own home. It makes a difference in generations to come.
Oh,
for
definitely,
sure.
definitely.
For sure. So if you are raising money because you're a nonprofit and you raise money to build homes, what does the family's mortgage payment go towards?
Yeah, definitely. So we don't start construction of a home until it's funded. And that's funded by donors and sponsors. That could be companies, churches. Actually, our largest donor over 30 years is First Presbyterian Church in Fort Worth. Over $2.5 million that they've given over the last 30 years.
Oh, a shout out to them.
Definitely.
For sure.
I mean, we just have so many wonderful, amazing partners throughout the community. And so we don't start, as I said, construction until the home is funded. And then once the family moves in, they start making those mortgage payments that's based on the value of the home. And that is their mortgage, their insurance, and their taxes. And so as they're making those payments, not only is that going in back to Habitat, the note holder, and helping us help more families, a big portion of that is going back into taxes. Last year, $720,000 was paid to the city of Fort Worth in property taxes by Habitat homeowners. In our 4 counties that we're in, over $900,000 every year coming back in property taxes. When people volunteer, when people donate to Habitat, they are truly investing in their own community, and it's coming back. Because that money is going to our schools, our roads, our cities to make them better in those property taxes. And our cities are more beautiful for it. Our neighborhoods are prettier because people are investing in Habitat.
That's incredible.
That is incredible.
When you put it that way, I mean, why not? Why not donate, right?
Definitely. I mean, it's coming right back to you.
You care about your community, right?
Definitely.
And so you're revitalizing, you're building. So tell me about that. You build new homes, but you also rehab.
We do. And so this year, let's say last year, we built 59 new homes here in the greater Fort Worth area, and we rehabbed about 75. This year, we're on track to build the same number and rehab over 100. And so it's really marrying those two together, especially in our partner neighborhoods where we're building new homes that look great. We're also identifying lower income families that in these same neighborhoods that own their home, but it's in disrepair. And most of the families that we partner with are seniors, fixed income, physically not able to keep their home up. And so we partner with them, and it may be a small refresher of paint and scrape. It may be as much as a new roof. But we want to come into these neighborhoods and not just build new, but really revitalize what's already there as well. And those two things together just make such a big difference for transforming entire neighborhoods.
So how do the homeowners contribute when it's a renovation?
Yeah, definitely. It's a good question. So we like to say that we're a hand up, not a handout, because our families partner with us. And that's certainly true for our build-a-home, when we're building the homes. When we are doing our rehab projects, they're a smaller scale, and so there isn't as much of the homeowner sweat equity involved in that, especially, like I mentioned, the vast majority of the homeowners that we partner with for our rehabs are elderly, not physically able, but a lot of times sometimes they'll come out and they'll paint alongside them if they're able. Other times they will bring out lemonade and cookies, but it's not the same kind of requirement for our Build-A-Home program.
I actually, when you were saying that, I was thinking that.
Yeah. I mean, people love to bring out lemonade and cookies for the volunteers. Everyone's so grateful. It makes such a difference when people are willing to give up some time out of their busy schedule to come and help.
Okay, so you're listening to the HREBA Show, And our guest today is Mark Rummel, Marketing Manager for Trinity Habitat for Humanity. If you want to join our conversation, please call us 214-431-5062 if you have a question. We'd love to hear from you. We're going to continue, Mark. This is great information. So how can people get involved with Trinity Habitat?
Sure. Lots of different ways to get involved with Trinity Habitat. The first thing is head over to trinityhabitat.org just to learn more. But we would love to have people come out for a habit tour. We do 2 a month out on our campus. We have a walking tour where people can come and get more in-depth information about the programs, the different things that we offer. They'll hear a story from one of our families. And then they get to hear from different staff members, our senior director of construction and our family success team director, even our accounting department, talking about our transparency and some of the things. So it's really a great 1 hour. We feed you, come out and learn. So a habit tour is a great way to start. But we are looking for people to come out and volunteer for sure. We have about 10,000 volunteers every year that come out to work on habitat projects with us. They are out on the build site, they're out doing rehab projects, but you don't have to have any construction experience. Anyone can do it. We've got lots of different tasks. As long as you're 16 or older, come out and join us. We have our friendly Cornerstone construction leaders that will teach you everything you need to know that day, whether it's how to cut trim or how to install windows or how to get trusses up or how to put the framing up. There is a different task every day, and there's always a task for everyone. They'll find the thing that's right for you. If you don't want to get up in the rafters, then we've got this job down here on the ground. So there's lots of different things, and you come out on different days and learn different skills. I mean, it's a great way to learn skills, to meet new people, but more than that, we have great groups come out. And because it is one of the most meaningful team building exercises that you can do, to have your team come out, be out on a build site, bond in a different way than you do in the office because you're all swinging hammers together, and so it's really great.
At each other.
Hopefully not at each other, but it's great because at the end of the day, or at the beginning of the day, you look at where the project is, and by the end of the day, you walk away and you go, "We did that." Like that. Yeah. There's now walls up. We can now see a house, or there's now siding up, and there's windows in, and we did that. And so we're always looking for that. But so those are two ways for sure.
Yeah. Speaking from experience, I've been there. Where what I loved about that though was the professionals that you have, the retired professionals, and they're the leaders. And they show all the rookies how to do stuff. And that's amazing on the job site how that works.
Definitely. Our Cornerstone leaders are very aptly named Cornerstone because they really are the cornerstone of how we're able to do so much. They are volunteers, like you said. The only difference is they've gone through our Cornerstone College. They have learned how to build a house the Habitat way. And they've shadowed other Cornerstone leaders. And they are the ones out there leading our volunteers. We turn the floor plans over to them, and they know what they're doing. And some of them are retired engineers, some of them are retired teachers, but they are all just friendly and ready to teach you what you need to know that day.
Very much so. Very much so. All right, so let's take a break. And when we come back from break, we're going to talk about the Property Brothers and how they're involved with Habitat. So if you want to join our conversation, any questions, 214-431-5062. We'll be back shortly. Hey, this is Leticia.
And this is Matt. Catch us on the HREBA show every Tuesday from 2 to 3.
On our show, you'll be able to hear from the experts, everything about home ownership. Tune in on Tuesdays at 2 on the Blue Stream.
On FishbowlRadioNetwork.com. Jump in.
Free food, family fun, and great information await at the City of Arlington's 4th Annual Home Ownership Fair, Saturday, August 10th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Esports Stadium Arlington and Expo Center. Receive information on credit repair, down payment assistance, home buying 101, and much more. This is an event you can't afford to miss. For more information and a chance to win prizes, go to arlingtontx.gov/homeownership fair or call 817-459-6238.
Comida gratis, diversión en familia y excelente información lo esperan en la cuarta feria de propietario en la ciudad de Arlington. El evento es el sábado 10 de agosto, 9 a.m. a 2 p.m. en el Esports Stadium Arlington and Expo Center. Encontrarás información acerca de mejorar de crédito, asistencia del desembolso inicial y mucho más. Para más información y la oportunidad de ganar premios, visita el sitio web arlingtontx.gov/homeownership fair.
Programming for the HREBA Show is proudly underwritten in part by the Arlington Tomorrow Foundation, contributing to a thriving Arlington, and in part by the Texas Association of Realtors Housing Opportunity Foundation. Funding is also provided by generous donations from listeners like you.
And this is Matt. Catch us on the HREBA Show every Tuesday from 2 to 3.
On our show, you'll be able to hear from the experts, everything about home ownership. Tune in on Tuesdays at 2 on the Blue Stream.
On FishbowlRadioNetwork.com. Jump in.
Free food, family fun, and great information await at the City of Arlington's 4th Annual Home Ownership Fair, Saturday, August 10th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Esports Stadium Arlington and Expo Center. Receive information on credit repair, down payment assistance, home buying 101, and much more. This is an event you can't afford to miss. For more information and a chance to win prizes, go to arlingtontx.gov/homeowner.
Thriving Arlington, and in part by the Texas Association of Realtors Housing Opportunity Foundation. Funding is also provided by generous donations from listeners like you.
You're listening to the HREBA Show, homeownership. Hear it from the experts in the Blue Stream of the Fishbowl Radio Network. My name is Leticia Gallegos, President and CEO of the Hispanic Real Estate Brokers Association, HREBA. And co-hosting today with me is Salvia Lobos.
Hello.
And our guest expert is Mark Rummel with Trinity Habitat for Humanity. And he has been giving us some great information. If you have missed the first part of this show, please listen to it on podcast, or we'll have the video on our YouTube channel, the HREBA Show YouTube channel. We're streaming live on Facebook as well. So, Mark, let's talk about how the Property Brothers are connected to Habitat for Humanity.
Definitely. We are just really proud to have the Property Brothers as one of our Habitat humanitarians. Well, not one, I guess there's two of them. And so the Property Brothers have been involved with Habitat since they were teenagers, volunteering, just always involved. And now they have a more formal relationship, and they lend their celebrity to Habitat. So they are out on builds. They were out just a few months ago out in Atlanta working alongside families. But one of the greatest partnerships with them is and this was even before we were formally connected with them, they referred to the Habitat Restores in all of their DIY rehab books as the best place, not only to get rid of stuff, but also to get purchases. When you're remodeling a house or whatever, it's a great place to go to get affordable new appliances or flooring or that quirky, cool door or window. And so they mention the Habitat Restore in all their books. And so we just love having them as Habitat humanitarians and as partners in our mission.
So you said appliances. So are the appliances inspected?
So at our Habitat Restores, they are our discount home improvement stores and donation centers. It's kind of like a Goodwill meets
Home
Lowe's
improvement.
or Home Depot.
Yeah.
And so we have furniture and appliances and recycled paint and flooring and all kinds of different things that people can find. But so these are typically, like, the appliances would be used appliances that have come out of a remodel or something like that. So we make sure that they work. And
That's
all
great.
that. But yeah.
Or use the parts. That's
Yeah,
always a good thing.
or use the parts,
Right.
but people just love it. It's always a treasure hunt going to the Habitat Restore. We have a lot of landlords and folks that love the Restore because it's a great way to quickly, refresh a home and get new things in there at a great affordable price. We have just more and more furniture coming in all the time. We have free pickup. So if somebody has a larger donation, some furniture, some doors, windows, building materials, go to our website, habitat-restore.com. You can go on there, schedule online, give us a call, schedule a free pickup. We will come out and pick up that couch, pick up that armoire, that table. We'll come and get it. And then you are helping us because those funds then help us move our mission further. 100% of our proceeds from our Habitat Restores go directly into helping us help more families.
I actually did that. I was rehabbing a building that we owned, and we went to the Restore for many reasons, but it was inexpensive, and you got some cool stuff.
Yeah. No, it's always great. My wife and I, we were doing a new picture wall, and it just so happened at the time, a local really high-end hotel had just donated. They were remodeling, and they donated like thousands of these picture frames and different things. And we got these, I don't know, they were like 3 by 4 foot frames, and I mean, we got like 9 of them for $20. It was like, and the more expensive piece was the prints, printing out the pictures. But we just got this amazing deal. And so it's always great. We love our Habitat Restores, and they really are a big part of how we're able to do what we do.
So if you see your friends posting that they need to get rid of something, tell them to call Habitat.
Yeah, definitely. Come over to Habitat. We have 4 local restores here.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
So how many do you have? 4 locally?
Yeah, 4 locally. So we have 2 in Fort Worth, one north side and off River Oaks. 1 just south of downtown. We have 1 in Arlington, and then 1 out in Cleburne.
Okay. So now tell us about the relationship between President Jimmy Carter and Trinity Habitat.
Definitely. So as I was mentioning, the Property Brothers earlier, they're Habitat Humanitarians. Well, our first Habitat Humanitarians was President Jimmy Carter and his wife, Rosalind. A lot of people think that they founded Habitat. They came just a little bit after. We like to say they're our most famous volunteers. And so Trinity Habitat was very proud to host the Carter Work Project back in 2014. Once a year, they go to a different place. Habitat's in 70 countries around the world, and they travel all around to build and do the Carter Work Project. And so in 1 week, back in 2014 here in Fort Worth, in partnership with President Carter and his wife, we built 20 new homes in 1 week. And so it's a big effort and a lot of fun, a lot of people coming together for a great time and a good cause for sure.
That is amazing. So not only did you build those homes in 1 day, you also did some rehab during that time.
Yes,
too.
yes, and I think you were a part of that.
Yes, we were.
So not only
REBA was in the Cowtown Brush Up that it's called. So we painted one of the homes. The exterior.
And we are so grateful for that. And our rehabs, and that is a fun thing. Our Cowtown Brush Up, it's a long-standing tradition, decades, but we do in a single day 35 to 50 homes, painting, rehab, and so it's a great way to get the whole family, 12 and up, involved twice a year. It's a lot of fun.
That's amazing. Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you enjoy most about your job? Because it sounds like you enjoy it all.
I certainly do. It's really wonderful being a part of an organization that is doing so much good in the community. And in my job as the marketing manager, I really get to spend a lot of time with our families. getting to know them and their stories. And I think that's really my favorite part, is because more than a lot of other people in our organization who are taking care of these different things and don't have as much face time with the families, I really get to hear how much the home means to them. I really hear from them how much they love working alongside our volunteers out on the homes. And when they move into their home, I get to be there and I get to be a part of that emotional moment and all those emotional moments, and really see what a difference our donors, sponsors, volunteers, community partners are really making. Because we talk about all these big numbers, 59 homes and 100 rehabs, but they all represent a single family.
Right.
It's all a single family.
Changing individual lives is what you're doing.
Absolutely.
With each one.
Generational.
To generational. Life-changing, for sure.
Absolutely. And I was just recently, I was with one of our families when they found out that they were approved. And I watched the shock over her face as she realized that she was going to be able to cut back her hours. She'd been working overtime just to make ends meet. Yeah. And she was working in the hospital, and she realized, I don't have to work those overtime hours. I'm going to be able to do this affordably, and I can go back to school. I can fulfill my dream of going back to school and becoming a nurse. And that's what we're talking about, is setting our families up so that they have stable, quality, affordable housing, that then they can move on to that next level. They can pursue further education. And that was just so perfectly encapsulated. And I just watched that realization come over her face, and she was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be able to go back to school.
I'm envisioning a parent being able to partake in their kids' sporting events, in their plays, in school graduations, and they don't have to work those extra over hours. That's what I'm envisioning.
Absolutely. One of our other homeowners, Gigi, we're going to actually be building her home for our 30th anniversary in 30 hours on October 3rd and 4th. Yes, 30 hours. But that was one of the things that she told us. She said, you know what, this means my kids who haven't been able to participate in extracurricular events, I'm going to have that extra that they can participate in those extracurricular events, which are so important to the development of our kids.
So Mark, tell me, you are really excited about what you do. What does homeownership mean to you personally in your life?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think especially as my wife and I are in the process right now, we've kind of projected out. We're like, okay, we're looking at about a year out. Savings is kind of coming together, and we're like starting to look at neighborhoods and those different things. And I think it's kind of becoming more real of like, this really is something that creates stability. And we're really looking forward to putting down roots. And I've grown up in Dallas, and that was where I grew up, and I love Dallas. And then we both started working in Fort Worth and commuting, and then we rented. And now it's like, no, Fort Worth is our home, and this is where we work and where we play and all those things. And so I think it's just that stability, and it's like, okay, and now we move on to all these other things. So, yeah.
And put down roots and start family?
We will see.
We will see.
We will see.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for making time for us, Mark. It's amazing what Trinity Habitat for Humanity does. And so we at the HREBA Show, we try to do a lot of the same thing, more geared towards education, informing and serving. So we bring information about homeownership, whether someone is preparing to purchase or sustaining the home that they already have. And we help them become financially literate with our financial education that we do. And our hope is that you, our listener, will engage with us here at the HREBA Show and become a loyal fan of the HREBA Show. I have a couple of announcements. On June 8th, this coming Saturday, Unidos, the Arlington, Texas Police, and the group Unidos is having a summer party at Vandergrift Park from 12 to 4. They invite the community to come out, free food, games for the kids, and all that from 12 to 4 this coming Saturday, June the 8th. Okay, and then we're going to bring you more information about the Arlington Homeownership Fair, August 10th, and we'll continue to tell you about that in coming shows. So we are the Hispanic Real Estate Brokers Association, a registered 501c3 nonprofit corporation. And we've been streaming live on Facebook. You can see a replay of the video of the REBA Show Facebook page and also on the YouTube channel that we have. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at REBA Show, so you can see other shows, other episodes coming up. And if you want to learn about topics that we have planned for upcoming shows, visit our website, rebaconnect.org. Click on the REBA Show. And if you'd like to make a donation, we certainly welcome that. You can go to our website, rebaconnect.org, and click the donate button. If you have any specific questions, you may email us at the REBA Show at rebaconnect.org. Again, my name is Leticia Gallegos. I'm the President and CEO of the Hispanic Real Estate Brokers Association. Thank you for listening today. Have a great afternoon.